Yes, Mr. Speaker, my dear colleague, definitely.
You may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, nakatanggap po ang ating opisina ng mga ulat na meron kasing kaugnay na issue ito, Mr. Speaker, na ang NEPC ay nag-attempt na i-take over ang mga lokal na kooperatiba sa Negros. Halimbawa, Mr. Speaker, ang isang issue dito ay yung sa Seneco, Central Negros Cooperative, na ang magiging dulot kasi na to, Mr. Speaker, kung maaprubahan ang prangkisa para sa NEPC ay malelegitimize ang ginagawa nito na i-take over ang ating mga kooperatiba. Mr. Speaker, to enlighten our colleagues about this, ang Seneco po ay hindi siya isang iling na cooperative. In fact, ay nakakakuha ito ng magandang ratings in terms of its performance. Pero Mr. Speaker, ay meron talagang deliberate na attempt na i-portray bilang iling cooperative ang Seneco to justify na magkaroon ito ng isang joint venture agreement or JVA with NEPC. Mr. Speaker, we would like to ask the good sponsor kung ito ba ay naging bahagi ng mga deliberation sa committee level given ang ganong record ng NEPC when it comes to local cooperatives sa Negros.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleague, yes. This has been discussed, and indeed, Seneco has agreed to go enter into a JVA with NEPC, and this was even ratified by the electorate of the cities, the affected cities, and they were able to get a majority. Kaya ito po ay kagustuhan na rin po, hindi lang po ng kooperatiba, kundi ng mga naninirahan po doon sa lugar na yun.
Mr. Speaker, bahagi po ng mga natanggap nating ulat ay nagde-decide po itong officers ngayon ng yung board ng Seneco not representing the sentiments of its employees at maging ng mga stakeholders ng cooperative. Ibig sabihin nito, Mr. Speaker, sila ilang tao nagpasya na ipasok sa joint venture agreement ang Seneco habang yung mga empleyado naman ay nagiging delikado ang status ng kanilang trabaho at maging yung mga consumers who are supposedly entitled to have a say dun sa ano man yung magiging mga desisyon in behalf of Seneco. Kaya, Mr. Speaker, sa pagtingin natin ngayon ay actually hindi ni-represent ng mga nagpasya in behalf of Seneco, as they say, yung ano talaga yung dapat at tunguhin. Kasi nga, kahit yung pagkakaroon ng joint venture agreement para mampaganda yung serbisyo dahil ailing daw ang Seneco, eh hindi ito binabakapan ng kung ano talaga ang sitwasyon ngayon based on assessment sa performance ng Seneco.
The sponsor.
Yes, I don't think there was a question. That was a statement that he was making. Is there a question that you would like?
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, ang tanong po natin, yun, paano po natin nakiklaim na ang desisyon ng board ng Seneco represents the sentiments of its employees and the consumers or stakeholders dun sa Seneco?
Well, I will have to base this sa mga dokumento pong pinesent nung committee hearings at hindi naman po isang committee hearing to. At yung sinasabi po ng ating kasama ay ito po ay hindi po lumabas sa committee hearing dahil it was very clear during the hearing that the cooperative agreed to a joint venture. It was ratified by the majority of the electorate or members of the cooperative, and obviously the old board who was there and NEPC was there were all saying that they're in favor of NEPC. Of course, in the interest of public service, which is a more efficient and quality service that is expected from NEPC.
Yeah. Mr. Speaker, mismo po ang NEA or National Electrification Administration ay nag-rate no, na okay ang performance ng Seneco. Ibig sabihin, Mr. Speaker, hindi, again, I reiterate, hindi po siya ailing. Kaya we don't see any justification, in fact, na pumasok siya doon sa isang joint venture agreement which will lead to NEPC virtually taking over yung operations ng pag-provide ng electricity hanggang doon sa mga tao. Added to that, Mr. Speaker, kasi mismo po nagkaroon tayo ng consultation sa organization mismo ng mga empleyado ng Seneco at sila mismo, Mr. Speaker, ay nagsasabi na tutulpo sila doon sa joint venture agreement. Kaya if indeed, no, Mr. Speaker, kung yung pagpasok doon sa joint venture agreement ay isang valid na desisyon, then supposedly, sasang-ayunan ito ng mga empleyado. Pero in this case, Mr. Speaker, sila mismo na nagpapagana ng Seneco at hindi naman magtutuloy-tuloy ang Seneco sa operations kung wala yung mga empleyado. Sila po mismo ang nagsasabi na ayaw po nila doon sa joint venture agreement. And this puts into question ang magiging credibility ng NEPC. So, I'd like to ask the sponsor, Mr. Speaker, then how can we explain this kung hindi nga nag-agree dito ang mga empleyado?
Thank you very much. Well, as isang demokrasya, lagi po may sumasang-ayon, may hindi sumasang-ayon. Yung nabanggit po niyang hindi sumasang-ayon, ang tanong ko po doon, gaano pong karami yun? Because doon sa hearing, yan po ay tinalakay at tinanong ko, at sabi, majority ng mga empleyado ay pumirma at sumama po sa pagboto. That's why ang tanong ko, baka po ang nirepresenta natin, na sasabi, hinaing ng hindi naman ng majority. And at the end of the day, it is always the majority na dapat po nating sundan at panigan. And most of them, overwhelmingly, pumayag ang mga empleyado, pumayag ang board, pumayag ang taong bayan dito po sa NEPC. And kaya po, binubungkahi at saka yung binabanggit po yung NEA was also invited in the hearing. I will agree with you that mataas pong rating na binigay po sa Seneco. Pero hindi naman din sila nag-o-object sa JVA. Sumasang-ayon din sila sa JVA kasi nakikita na mas lalong lalakas at mas gaganda ang serbisyo sa lugar na yon. As they have been proven in the other areas that has been served in the past.
Mr. Speaker, actually gusto din nating questionin ang ganong tindig ng NEA. Dahil, Mr. Speaker, kung ikukumpara natin ang Seneco sa iba pang mga, sabihin na natin, problematic or ailing na mga electric cooperatives, actually, then sila ang mas dapat na tutukan natin o bigyan ng pansin. Sila yung dapat na tingnan ng pamahalaan, paano ba mag-improve yung kanilang mga operations, Mr. Speaker. Ibig sabihin kung meron dito na dapat i-ensure na mag-upgrade, I don't think Seneco would be even in the top ranks, Mr. Speaker. Kaya talaga questionable yung motive dito. No? Bakit ifa-facilitate yung isang joint venture agreement? Eventually, syempre, ang magbe-benefit dito, Mr. Speaker, ay yung NEPC. And also, gusto din nating itanong, Mr. Speaker, yung sinasabing pag-agree ng mga tao doon. Kasi bahagi din ng mga nakuha nating ulat, Mr. Speaker, yung ginawang referendum ng mga members ng cooperative. Bahagi ng mga nakuha natin, Mr. Speaker, is mismo yung referendum, hindi din siya pumapasa sa standards ng isang maayos na referendum. Halimbawa, Mr. Speaker, yung sobrang inextend, pinrolong po ang period ng pagtanggap ng mga boto ng mga tao who are supposed to be valid and recorded members ng cooperative. Dagdag din po dyan, Mr. Speaker, ay yung mga proxy na tinatawag, na yung mga members na hindi makakaboto for whatever reason ay pwedeng may proxy na bumoto in behalf of them. Mr. Speaker, may mga pagkakataon na ang pagpapasa ng boto ng mga proxy ay limpak-limpak, Mr. Speaker. Ibig sabihin isang tao magdadala ng boto ng 100 katao, yun daw ay mga proxy ng mga hindi makaboto na actual members ng kooperatiba. Kaya Mr. Speaker, we can say na manufacture din yung actually approval. It creates the illusion na may approval when in fact ay nirig mismo yung referendum para maipakita na okay yung mga miyembro doon sa JVA or Joint Venture Agreement. So, with that, Mr. Speaker, then how can we validly say na may suporta ng mga tao yung joint venture agreement?
Mr. Speaker, I would like to throw the same question to my good friend, Congressman Manuel. How can you now prove that the referendum was rigged? Kasi po wala man po tayong pinagbabasihan. Ito po ay andun ang NEA, andun lahat ng mga opisyalis ng kooperatiba, at lahat po sila ay sumasang-ayon. So, now it has been more than 6-7 months since the referendum, or 8 months during the referendum. Guess how many complaints have I received regarding the referendum? 0. Wala pa pong nagreklamo sa aking tanggapan, wala pa pong nagreklamo sa aking committee. So therefore, I cannot base the decision dun sa haka-haka na may rigging, may padding, kasi po, personal ko sila nakausap, they're on record sa Committee of Franchise, na the referendum went through, it was legal, and the process instituted by NEA was correct. And ergo, even NEA, who was present, represented by Administrator Nani Almeda, he had a representative in the hearing, testified and said that it was above board and it was a regular referendum and there were no major problems. So again, alam po ninyo, majority rules sa mga ganito po. Unless you can prove that it was rigged and it was wrongful for NEA to recommend that the JVA should push through, then the committee stands by its report.
Yeah. Mr. Speaker, nakakalungkot lang po na marinig na wala palang nakarating, no? May it be formally or informally, sa komite regarding the valid complaints. Titindigan po ng representasyon na ito, Mr. Speaker, na hindi po haka-haka and meron talagang mga narratives and patunay regarding dun sa pagiging rig ng referendum na nangyari. In fact, Mr. Speaker, yung mga employees, yung organizations ng mga employees, Mr. Speaker, yung CURE, yun po yung acronym ng kanilang isang organization ng mga employees, ay nag-submit po ng mga kanilang dokumento and supporting evidence sa bahagi po Committee on Energy natin dito sa House. Nag-submit din po mismo sa Department of Energy, pati din po sa NEA, Mr. Speaker. At niraise din po natin ito noong budget deliberations natin August and September. At nag-commit po ang Department of Energy at ang NEA, at least, sabi nila, they will look into it. Kaso lang, as it turns out pala, Mr. Speaker, hindi sufficiently acted upon ang voluminous submissions ng mga empleyado. And yun, nasa punto na nga po tayo, Mr. Speaker, na dito na natin siya sa plenaryo pinag-uusapan. Kaya with that, Mr. Speaker, still I would maintain na meron talagang serious questions regarding NEPC and whatever will be the decision of this body regarding the franchise of NEPC, then rest assured na habang nandyan ang concerns ng mga empleyado at mismo ng mga tao affected by the services of Seneco and eventually by NEPC, patuloy po sila mag-exhaust ng kanilang mga measures, no, in whatever channels para questionin po itong hindi lang yung joint venture agreement pero ang magiging franchise ng NEPC. That would be all as of now, Mr. Speaker, and we thank the sponsor for answering our questions.
The chair takes note of your genuine concern, Congressman Manuel. Congressman Tambuting, you may proceed.
Yes, thank you. I thank the Honorable Manuel for bringing these issues up. And I just would like to inform the Honorable Manuel that alam po ninyo, pumayag po ang mga LGU na sinasakupan po nito. Wala po nagreklamo ni isa sa kanila na ito ay may diferensya ang pagkonsulta sa mga empleyado at sa taong bayan. As a matter of fact, this is sponsored by all the representatives of all the areas affected by this JVA. This JVA, andyan po si Congresswoman Juliet Ferrer. Andyan po si Congressman Kiko Benitez, na kapatid ng ating alkalding ang napakasikat na si Albi Benitez. Hindi ko alam kung ba't sumikat yun eh. And of course, andito mas lalo na to, si Congressman Caraps Paduano. Eh lahat ho dito kinukontempt. Papayag ba ho yan kung meron pong kalokohan na ginawa po sa referendum? Hindi ho papayag yan. Okay? Yan ay nakita nila. And they are boldly and strongly supporting the measure that they have authored, and they are truly in favor. Because at the end of the day, it's about public service. It's about the interest. Gaganda ba ang serbisyo ng kuryente sa lugar nila? That's the basic question. And also, magmumura ba? Mas magiging episyente ba ang presyo? Kung gumanda at bumaba at nakamura ang taong bayan sa mga lugar na sasakupan ng joint venture to. And ako naniniwala po sila, nagaganda at magmumura. Naniniwala pong alkalde, naniniwala pong gobernador, na ito dahil sila po ay lahat sumusuporta dito po sa JBA na to. That's why I'd like to thank you for the questions that you have raised and bringing forward the complaints of some of the officers, of which we never received in the so many months that I've been hearing this bill. And I appreciate if you can also furnish me some of the documents that you have pertaining to the objections that they have. But in the meantime, we again appeal to my colleagues, Mr. Speaker, that we already approve this bill that has been proposed for the betterment and for the good service that they will provide to Negros. Maraming salamat.